Good afternoon and welcome to another awesome video on the Disabled Explorer YouTube channel. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday afternoon and wherever you guys are watching this on and at whatever time you guys are happen to watch this on. Today, I'm going to do a brief recap of what happened on Monday Night Raw from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'm going to do a joke of the day and a thought of the day, courtesy of the Joke of the Day, a Joke of the Day newsletter that gets emailed me every morning. So, without further ado, let's get into Monday Night Raw from Netflix from last night at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Last night's Raw brought the fire to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Lyra Valkyria held off Bailey in a fierce women's intercontinental title match, while the Raw Raiders retained their tag titles after a brutal brawl with the New Day ended in a DQ. It ended in a DQ. The energy, you ask? Electric. The stakes, sky high. CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins, and Paul Heyman followed up on their SmackDown standoff, stirring the pot ahead of WrestleMania 40 in just a week and a bit. Seth freaking Rollins had a bit of a history lesson for Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman thinks he could play both sides because he says he's loyal to achieve. You didn't say to achieve, but he's loyal, very loyal to the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the OTC. And he says he's also very loyal to his best friend in the world, CM Punk. But how can he be loyal to both? That's when Seth freaking Rollins comes in. He comes and says his usual welcome to Monday Night Rollins. Then he says the night is not about him. The night is about Paul Heyman. He gave him a bit of a history lesson about WrestleMania, where Roman Reigns lost the title to Cody Rhodes, and then where did he go? He left the company. Where did Paul Heyman follow him? No. Paul Heyman was left in the care of Solo Sikoa and his Goonies in the bloodline. But what then happened to him? To Paul Heyman, I mean. Paul Heyman was then set to a table in Madison Square Garden. But neither Punk nor Paul nor Reigns came to save him. And he gave him another bit of history. CM Punk was not, I repeat, was not the first person he was asked for War Games to help Roman Reigns. Seth freaking Rollins was. And then he was asked and he accepted. But he also came up with a plan to take him out of this rock and a hard place. He wanted to stomp Seth freaking Rollins. He took out the little handkerchief in his pocket dropped it, wanting Paul Heyman to bend down and give him a stomp to get him out of this situation. And then he says, am I worth this? He shoved him out of a little bit back. Is he worth this? He shoved him. Is he worth this? He slapped him. Seth Wiggin Rollins slapped him. And then he touched him again, and then Paul's like, don't you dare touch me again. Then he got into a bit of a kerfuffle with Paul Heyman, Seth Wiggin Rollins, and then CM Punk's music hit. Punk charges in with a double-legged takedown and then brawls to the floor. CM Punk tosses Rollins over the announcer's table. They crash into the ring and ringside barricade, knocking over a drink station, the Prime drink station, mind you. Seth fires back with a takedown of his own, but Punk regains control and sends him into the steel steps. Punk lands a few punches before Seth rolls back into the ring. Punk was gonna curb stomp Seth Wiggin Rollins on the steps. Back into the ring and catches Punk with a blackout stomp. Seth looks ready to hit another stomp, but stops just short of Paul Heyman's head. Seth leans in and tells Paul, now you, Paul Heyman, owe me a favor. We fade to black as the show goes off the air. But I went straight to the main event, but there's a little bit more to that night, and I apologize for jumping around. Meanwhile, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley officially inked a triple threat title match for WrestleMania 41, as I had predicted. There were going to be a triple threat for the title, but not without fists flying and tempers flaring. Gunther and Jey Uso delivered a raw, emotion with Jey Uso vowing to avenge his brother at Mania. The night also saw Judgment Day implode backstage. Ludwig Kaiser make bold threats, and Penta steal the show against Dominic Mysterio. And yes, Grand Americano used some shady tactics, but still scored a win alongside the Creed brothers. And the road to WrestleMania just got wildly unpredictable. Again, I apologize for jumping around. I just felt like I needed to elaborate more on the main event picture, which was Seth and Paul, and then CM Punk entered the ring. I hope you guys like this brief recap of Monday Night Raw on Netflix from yet last night. And now I'm going to read 2 jokes of the day and a thought of the day. This might be a little bit longer video, but it's not going to be too long. The first joke of the day from AJokeADay Newsletter is called The CEO of IKEA. The CEO of IKEA was just elected president in Sweden. He should have his cabinet together by the end of the week. His cabinet together by the end of the week. Joke number 2 of the day from AJokeADay Newsletter. Signs you had too much of the 21st century. Sign number 1. You buy a computer, and a week later, it's out of date, and now sells for half of the price you paid for it. I'll repeat that one again. Number 1 is you buy a computer, and a week later, it is out of date, and now sells for half of the price you paid for it. Sign number 2. The concept of using real money, like cash, instead of debit or credit to make a purchase is foreign to you. Sign number 3, that you had too much of the 21st century. Cleaning up the dining room table means getting the last food bags out of the back of your car. That's sign 3. Sign 4. You consider second-day air delivery painfully slow. Sign 5. Your dining room table is now your flat filing cabinet. Sign 6. You're reading this. Sign number 7, the last sign, that you had too much of the 21st century. Sign 7. Even worse, you're going to forward this to someone else. Those were 2 jokes of the day, a courtesy of AJokeADay Newsletter. And the thought of the day, also courtesy of the newsletter, AJokeADay Newsletter. A nice family restaurant, it's called. The other night, I ate at a really nice family restaurant. Every table had arguments going. George Carlin said that. I'll repeat that. A nice family restaurant. The other night, I ate at a real nice family restaurant. Every table had an argument going. Hope you liked that thought of the day, which thank you, Mr. George Carlin. Thank you, AJokeADay Newsletter, for both the jokes and the thought of the day. And if you liked all of this video, I apologize for it being a little long, but I wanted to elaborate on a certain point of Monday Night Raw, which I found very interesting. If you liked it, all my details are in the description below. I'm currently still at 395 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. And if you could share this video, let me know also in the comments. I was just going to say this. In the comments, leave a comment for what you want me to do next, besides wrestling reviews and jokes of the day. I will accept any type of suggestion. I'll do a bit of research on that suggestion, but give me more suggestions of what to do in future videos. I'm thinking of doing an interview, but I gotta see if this person is okay to do an interview with me. Um, it's a former former current radio personality here in town, but we'll see. I'm not gonna say anything more. I haven't gotten back from this person. Um, yeah, but let me know what you guys want me to do in future videos. Anything is Nothing's off limits. Well, physically, yes, some things, but give me some suggestions other than wrestling videos and jokes of the day. And all are welcome. No profanity, no bad, heavy stuff to do. So please, that would be great. Until maybe Thursday, I'm going to do a preview of Friday Night SmackDown. And for those who have not looked at my post from Saturday over in the post sections of my YouTube channel, I did a post on Saturday recapping both Friday Night SmackDowns from the past 2 weeks, and I did a joke of the day there too, but that's in the post section of my YouTube channel. Uh, Check that out. Share, subscribe, tell everybody, get everybody on this channel if you can. That would be greatly appreciated. If you guys want, I'm not no pressure, but that would be great. I want to get up to 400 subscribers on YouTube, or 500. Give me as much as possible. And until Thursday, where I'll preview Friday Night SmackDown uh, on the USA Network. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday and a great week up until Thursday when we meet again. And keep on smiling. I apologize for rambling. Again, keep on smiling. Bye.